Lately, I've been really inspired as we move into spring, the changes of moving out of winter and the sunrise earlier. And it takes a while, well, it certainly has for me, to establish a sadhana where I'm waking up naturally without my alarm clock. I'm naturally waking up just before sunrise. And it's that beautiful feeling when you can hear the birds singing, and the chorus of those birds is just so beautiful to hear. And then moving into the space where I practice, and that interesting moment where just as sunrise moves deeper, the chorus of the birds just stop. And you then find yourself sitting in this pure quality of absolute peace. And no one's up yet. And there's calm. And I move into chanting, and then kriya, and then pranayama, and then into meditation, contemplative practices. Sometimes after chanting, I'll include some asana just to open up my spine and my lungs in preparation for pranayama, and to just sit in that quality. And it's this pulsation, really, this vibration, that I know I've started my day from that place. And I don't feel in a hurry. I'm not rushed. And I can leave that space and go into my day knowing I've plugged into that vibration, and somehow that vibration stays with me for the day. But it's taken me a really long time to get to that point. The yogis will say that when you naturally wake in preparation for sadhana, that spirit is calling you to practice. And this is the space that I've arrived at. But again, it took a long time to really establish that consistency, that now it's an absolute non-negotiable practice. And it has been for me for a long time. But I can see in students that I'm mentoring and holding the space for, who are also yearning for this very same peace. It takes time to establish this. It takes a lot of stop-starting, and days where there isn't sadhana, days where there is, and sometimes missing a day while you're leaning into this practice can be just as valuable, because you then start to realize what your day feels like when you don't have it. And so what's happening when we're moving through these practices, the mantra, the chantings, like creating maps throughout the sukshma sharira, the energy body, the pranayama, helping prana move through the whole of your being, meditation, learning to sit in that space of that precognitive way where we are allowing ourselves to sit with what's rising without my own story, old patterns, beliefs, attaching, distorting, reframing. I'm just sitting in the purity of that space. And particularly having been away in August for a few weeks, coming back and then merging into spring, it feels that in the collective, the sort of heaviness has shifted and this lightness has opened. And I can see this in the shalas at Moksha, and the way there's this lightness. And I think that's what's so beautiful about spring. And it's such a gift to feel that. So if you're in a space where you too are still leaning into these practices, finding ways for them to come in, persevere, keep going, because the gifts of plugging into that space, into source energy, and living your day from that anchored and connected space, there is nothing more beautiful. And it just allows you to navigate the terrain of life and its ups and downs and challenges and beautiful moments. And it allows you to hold space for all of it. I hope this spring you find some time to recalibrate, reset, and just keep persevering in what's calling you, because spirit will always call you to this work. It's effortless, really, when you surrender in that way. And it's such a beautiful unfolding when you get out the way and just simply allow it. Namaste.